After getting the Dragon Ball Xenoverse Platinum, I decided I didn't hate myself enough, so now I'm going for the Platinum in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. But this time, I'm not going for just the base game Platinum. There's 4 DLC trophy packs, and I'm going for a full 100%. Xenoverse 2 starts the same way as the first game did, with me having to create my own character with one of the 5 races. I'm still choosing Saiyan because I like Super Saiyan the most, but don't worry, I'm going to have to play them all eventually. After a few cutscenes, we get introduced to the new hub world of the game, Canton City. When we get control, we have to talk to a few people, then head to the Time Nest to begin story mode. Like most DBZ games, we're starting off with the Sand Saga, and our first battle is against Raditz. He's a pushover like usual, and beating him will give us our first trophy. After getting back to Canton City, we're given the ability to use a vehicle, which will net us another trophy almost immediately after the last one. Before I can continue the story, I have to do the first parallel quest, which is a glorified tutorial. Now back to story mode, our next fights are with Nappa, Vegeta, and surprisingly Turles. 4 battles later, and we've completed the Sand Saga, and unlocked another trophy in the process. Now I get told I have to visit all 5 time rifts: the Capsule Corporation, Majin Buu's house, Hercule's house, Namek, and Frieza's spaceship. I'll be coming back to these a lot later. Back to story mode. I pop trophies for finishing the Namek Saga, the Ginyu Force Saga, the Frieza Saga, the Cell Saga, and the History of Trunks Saga. After this, the Supreme Kai introduces expert missions, and to continue, I have to do the first 2. But this is actually a blessing in disguise, since I can pop 2 easy trophies in the first one. The enemy is Great Ape Nappa, and this is a tutorial of how expert missions work. Imagine like a raid boss, and you get paired up with AI teammates to take them down. During the mission, some of us can be mind controlled and have to fight a doppelganger of ourselves. We can be broken out of it by a teammate, and that's where one of the trophies comes in. Just give them a good smack to break them free, and the trophy will pop. At the battle's end, Nappa will throw a giant ki blast, and to get the other trophy, I have to reflect it back at him. After reflecting it back, the mission is over, and the trophy pops. The second one is against Turles. Nothing special here. Back to story mode for the 3rd time. Buu Saga is next, and only 3 battles in, I get kicked out and have to collect 15 TP medals to continue. Easiest way to get these is through expert missions, so on to the 3rd one against Great Ape Nappa again. Beating him only gives 2 TP medals, which is basically nothing, so on to the 4th one. Fast forward, and I now have enough TP medals to satisfy Elder Kai. Unlocking trophies for the Buu Saga, Battle of Gods, Resurrection of F, and the few chapters against the Masked Saiyan. I'm now done with story mode, with the exception of one more thing I have to do. I have to collect 5 time distortion eggs, and they come from those 5 time rifts I mentioned earlier. I have to 100% each area's quest to obtain an egg. We'll start with Capsule Corporation. All we have to do here is fight Vegeta 4 times, and he'll give us an egg. We also now can turn Super Saiyan and pop a trophy for beating him 3 times, so that's cool. Before I leave, I can talk to the robot next to Bulma, and combine any 2 pieces of clothing to make a QQ Bang, and pop another trophy. Next up, Frieza's spaceship. I have to show Frieza I'm a good subordinate by beating his entire squad. This includes Zarbon, Dodoria, the Ginyu Force, and Cooler. After this, Frieza will want to train with me until he turns golden. Finish that, and I get the time egg. I do also pop a trophy for both joining the Frieza Force and becoming Frieza's second in command after I beat Cooler.
Yes.
Hercule's house is next, and this one's a lot more straightforward. I have to take down villains with both Great Saiyamen. There's 6 battles, and after finishing them, I'll get another egg and another trophy. While I'm here, I can get another trophy by talking to Hercule. He wants me to be his bodyguard, but only after I've completed 5 parallel quests. I already have, so I just talk to him again and he gives me my trophy. Majin Buu's house is the easiest if you have enough Zenny. Buu wants a family, and you need to feed him food for him to create other Buus. Buy a bunch of food from the item shop and feed Buu until he makes 6 other Buus. After he makes 1 Buu, I get a trophy. and after 6, I get another egg. I can also give one of the mini Boos some food, and then choose Guard to have him change color, and unlock another trophy. The last place is Namek, and it's the longest. I have to complete 20 of these Dragon Ball missions for Nail. After that, he lets me talk to Guru, who gives me the last egg. For doing 5 of these Dragon Ball missions, I popped a trophy for unlocking an attribute boost, and another trophy for doing 10 missions, which unlocked more Shenron wishes. Now that I have all 5 time distortion eggs, I can do the Unknown History chapter, which is the actual end of story mode. But before I can do that, I have to level up, so let's do some parallel quests. I can just start from the beginning and work my way up, and hold on. Cyberman's Revenge? Wasn't that a parallel quest from the first game? And the Explosion of Namek? And the Cell games continued? Oh my god. Yes, they are, because every parallel quest from the first game is also in this game. I'm getting PTSD from this. Between doing parallel quests, I also did the advancement tests. I did the first one easily and popped a trophy for it. And later on, I did a few more and popped another trophy when I finished the Kai test. Now to unlock the last test, I have to get a Z rank on all prior ones. I just put on some familiar moves and spam my way to victory. Super Saiyan with Giant Storm and the Super Soul, I hope you were born as someone good this time, which fills my ki to full when I KO an enemy. For the last test, it doesn't matter what rank I get on it, I just have to finish it and I unlock the trophy for passing the Super test. I also ended up finishing half the parallel quests. There's 100 in total and finishing half gets me a trophy. While doing quests, I'd also be bringing different instructors to raise their friendship meter. Unlike the first game, I don't actually have to get their friendship to max to finish their lessons, but I will need to do it for a DLC trophy later on. Just doing all the lessons for the base game instructors got me another trophy. I haven't done all the quests yet, but I did get to level 80.
I was a bit worried there.
So I think I'll be fine doing the last story mode chapter. Okay, loading in, and I'm not even playing my actual character, so I don't think leveling up was even needed for this. I just have to use Bardock and Future Gohan to win 2 battles and trophy unlocks. I also unlocked a trophy for fighting on every stage when I played as Bardock. Now that story mode is officially done, I can finish off side missions and miscellaneous trophies. I can visit the Kami house by flying to the little floating island south and talking to the robot. Once I teleport in, I pop a trophy. Speaking of those robots that teleport you, there's 11 of them, and interacting with all of them will give me another trophy. Another super easy trophy is getting 50% of nicknames. By the time I beat the game, I had more than enough. All I had to do was view the nickname list to pop it. I've gotten a few Dragon Balls from some quests by defeating Time Patrollers. The easiest one by far is Parallel Quest 4. After defeating Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin, 3 Time Patrollers will show up, and these 3 are guaranteed to spawn. It took less than 10 attempts to get enough Dragon Balls to make a wish at Shenron, which in turn got me a trophy for doing it.
A very easy wish.
By this point, I had just remembered that this game had a few online trophies, so let's get those out of the way. They're a lot easier than the first game and only require 1 other person. There's a trophy for playing online for the first time, with the other 2 being to win an endless battle 7 times, and win online 7 times in general. There's still a few more expert missions I have to do. I got a trophy for doing 7 of them. And my god, whoever made Expert Mission 15 is a masochist. I'm convinced this was made specifically with multiplayer in mind, because it's near impossible to do this with bots. In Expert Missions, you can't bring items, so when the bots get low on health, and trust me they will, you can't heal them. They'll die a lot, and you'll be in a panic to revive them while getting blasted, because the bots will get themselves killed trying to be altruistic. Did I also mention this mission is heavily timed? You get 10 minutes at the start and an extra minute for each boss beaten. Trust me, it takes a whole lot more than a minute to beat each one, and there's 6 of them, each with more health than the last. The only feasible way I found to do this solo was to get the Super Soul which heals you and your teammates if you use a pose while transformed. The issue is getting this Super Soul is coated with luck. Remember those kids Majin Buu made? It comes from the red ones. If I give them food, then tell them to calm down so they don't change colors, they'll give me a random Super Soul. There's the magic word, random. To top it all off, they leave for a bit after you give them food, and don't give you the item until they get back, so you can't just sit there and farm for it. After doing a few missions, you'll get a message saying they returned and can go check on what you got. Since it took so long and I was going through parallel quests, I actually finished all 100 of them. And collected the Dragon Balls a few more times to wish for the last characters I needed for another trophy.
A very easy win.
Let's check back again, and nope, still not what I needed. Okay, let's go do some more trophies. With all the Zenny and TP medals I got from doing those quests, I can easily buy enough skills I need to get 50% of all skills for a trophy. And enough to buy 50% of all clothes and accessories. Oh hey, they're back. Let's check what I got. Oh my god, finally! Okay, now that the torture has ended, let's see what else I got. Are you kidding me? Seriously? I get 2 of them at the same time when all I wanted was 1 for the past few days? I got like half the game done in the time it took to get this 1 Super Soul. Okay, look at the bright side. Now I can finally finish Expert Mission 15. I said before how it takes more than a minute to take down each boss, and I wasn't kidding. This Super Soul made this more than doable from a health perspective, but the time is still tight. I finished with a minute and a half left, and I was over leveled as hell for this. How isn't this the last one? The last 2 are Goku and Vegeta in their god forms, and they are so easy I did it on my first try. The time might be tight at 5 minutes for Vegeta and about 3 minutes for Goku, but it's only 1 enemy compared to the 6 that Expert Mission 15 had. Kind of an anticlimactic end to the Expert missions, but hey, at least I got my trophy for doing them all. While doing parallel quests or Expert missions, I would sometimes get a message after saying either Krillin or Yamcha is offering a class. Krillin has me delivering milk around Canton City, and Yamcha has me collecting turtle stones. They both have a trophy for doing 10 of each. They're both easy in execution, the issue is that they're luck dependent. By the end of the game, I had only done a few of each, so I had to grind missions and hope I would get a message after. I'd say the hardest part of these trophies is just getting them to show up, instead of actually doing them. Now here we are at probably the worst trophy for this game, requiring you to play all 5 races and unlock all awoken skills for each of them. Remember how I got Super Saiyan from Vegeta in the Capsule Corp Time Rift? That's the one for Saiyan. Each Time Rift corresponds to a different race. Capsule Corp is for Saiyan, Hercule's house is for Earthling, Frieza's spaceship is for Frieza, Majin Buu's house is for Majin, and Namek is for Namekian. Each race needs to be a different level to unlock their awoken skill, the highest level required being a whopping 67 for Frieza's race. But with an update in 2018, a Namekian named Tosok was added to Canton City who will level you up to 80 in exchange for Zenny, and luckily, Zenny is shared between all characters. The time rifts become available after finishing the Sand Saga, so after, I headed straight to Tosok and power leveled all the way to whatever I needed. I've already done the Sand race, so I'll skip them. For Majin, I need to be level 35 and give Majin Buu enough food to make 6 kids. So the same thing I did for the egg. Then he gives me a quest to unlock the pure Majin awoken skill, and once I finish that, Majin's done. For Namekians, I also need to be level 35 and do a few of the Dragon Ball missions with Nail. Then Piccolo will appear and give me a quest to unlock the Become Giant awoken skill. Finish that, and Namekian's done. For Earthling, I need to be level 35 again, and finish all 6 of the Great Sandman quests. Then I'm given a quest to unlock the Power Pole awoken skill. Finish that, and Earthling's done. Now Frieza is the odd one out since I need to be level 67 for this one. I need to become Frieza's second in command again by beating up his squad. When I help Frieza turn golden, in return he'll teach me how to do it as well. After this quest, I unlock the Turn Golden awoken skill and my trophy. For the last trophy, I thought it'd be funny to save the tutorial for last. Elder Kai is in front of the high school with a bunch of challenge quests that basically teach you how to play the game. Since I've just about got the platinum, these are a piece of cake. Finishing the last one gives me my trophy, which in turn also gives me my platinum. This game had its moments where it was a grind, but it's nowhere near how bad the first game was, especially after updates. Speaking of updates, I'm talking like we're done with the game. We still have 4 DLC packs to go through. The first DLC pack only came with 2 trophies and a new NPC named Oshi. To unlock these and some other later trophies, Oshi has to be spoken to for them to pop. The first trophy is to get to level 99, easy enough with Tosok. From level 80 it costs TP medals to level up and 840 of them to go all the way to 99. I already had a bunch from playing the game with 5 characters. Talk to Oshi and the trophy pops. The other trophy is to collect 70 different figures at the Hero Coliseum. The Hero Coliseum is a new addition to Conton City. Think of it like a board game, but with figures you get using TP medals. When this came out, it might have been difficult to get 70 different figures, but now there's like 500 different ones, so the odds of getting duplicates early on aren't common.
Don't either.
The second DLC pack adds in 5 new parallel quests and a new instructor, Zamasu. The trophies seem fairly simple this time, needing to Z-rank all the newly added quests and complete all of Zamasu's lessons. The first quest I got a Z-rank on my first try. It's just fighting a lot of Boos, Majin Buu, Super Buu, Kid Buu, and even my own teammate, Super Buu Gohan Absorbed, turned against me. The second quest I also got on my first try. Weirdly enough, it also ends against a Buu, and my teammate turned against me again. I'm seeing a pattern here. Now the third quest is where I actually failed the first time. I got an S rank instead of a Z rank. Now I think the issue was in the last fight I let Goku die by accident. Why do I think this was the issue? Because I did the quest again while doing everything the same except letting Goku die, and I got a Z rank. Now I think there's been a difficulty spike. I failed Parallel Quest 116 4 times now because Tapion died, and the one time I finished it, I got an S rank. I have to constantly keep an eye on where Tapion is, because if he's fighting an enemy one-on-one, he's going to die. If it wasn't for Tapion, I'd have this quest done by now. Actually, now I have a problem. I did everything I was supposed to and still got an S rank. I'm actually not sure what else I can do but get lucky. Unlike my 10th attempt, I got a Z rank. I did everything as I normally would. I think I just got lucky. Now I'm hoping the last parallel quest isn't harder than this one, but because it's the last one, I have to assume it is. I'm not sure if my luck is amazing or if something was changed about ultimate finishes. Every time I should have got one, they pop up. They don't seem to be random in these quests, which means they've learned their lesson from how terrible ultimate finishes were in the first game. When I finish, I pop the trophy for finishing all 5 DLC quests, and before I could see what rank I got, the trophy for Z-ranking all of them popped too. Okay, now I just have to complete all of Zamasu's lessons to finish off this DLC pack. His initiation test was actually kind of difficult. Goku Black would not let me breathe. Eventually I finally beat him, but Zamasu had infinite health, and I just had to survive until time ran out. I'm happy I had some healing items. Zamasu's lessons are different from the norm. Instead of doing a regular super or ultimate attack, I have to do inputs into the super attack. Think of it like those challenge quests I had to do for the base game, but worse. Zamasu is constantly teleporting and attacking me, which can mess me up big time, and he does actual damage to me. Again, I'm happy I had some healing items. His last mission, even though it doesn't have any inputs, is still annoying. He has constant health regeneration, so in simple terms, I have to outdamage him and finish him with his own ultimate attack. The third DLC pack includes more free trophies like the first pack did. It also includes a new transformation for the Sand race, Super Saiyan Blue. To get it, I need to be level 90, which I already am since I had to be level 99 for a previous trophy, and have Whis' friendship at max. Once I speak to Whis, he'll give me the skill, and all I have to do is activate it in any quest to pop the trophy. While I'm on the subject of maxing out friendships, another trophy is to learn all dual ultimate attacks from every instructor. To do that, I need to max out friendship with every instructor and complete all their training missions. Now, I knew about this trophy ahead of time, so while I did parallel quests, I would switch out instructors when they were maxed out. My last one was Future Gohan, and to get the trophy to pop, I have to talk to Oshi again. Now the last trophy for this pack is a grind. By itself, it took me an extra 20 hours. I have to finish all story and free battles in the Hero Coliseum. I'll give a quick rundown of how the battles work. Both me and my opponents start with 5 figures, and the way I win is by either defeating all their figures or by depleting their life points to 0. I get figures by spending TP medals, and if I needed more, I grind Expert Mission 17 since it was fast and I got 16 medals for doing it. My goal is to get number 120 Future Trunks, 2 number 88s Adult Gohans, and number 183 Rose Goku Black. The 5th doesn't matter, so I put Perfect Cell. My objective for every battle is the exact same. Place both Gohans on the front line with Trunks behind them. The Gohan's abilities boost my ultimate attack gauge by 30% each. If one of them goes down, then I replace him with Goku Black, who boosts my ultimate gauge even more. When it's full, I place Trunks by himself in the middle, since he gets a boost in attack and speed when he's alone. For most battles, he's strong enough to wipe out all the figures. For the later battles, he still does enough damage to where they're no longer a threat. There are 35 story battles and 31 free battles that are needed for the trophy. There are more than 31 free battles, but thankfully only the ones that were available when the Hero Coliseum launched are required. After I finished them, I got a little worried since the trophy hadn't popped yet, but then I remembered that I had to talk to Oshi for it to register. We are finally on the last DLC pack, and once again, 3 trophies are included. Another 5 parallel quests that need to be done, an extra story, and the Tokopedia. I've heard that's a long grind, but first I'll do the parallel quests. Luckily this time, I don't need to get Z ranks on these, I only have to beat them, so it's a lot less stressful. I actually lost at the end of parallel quest 122, but I still got the trophy. I think it's because I died during the ultimate finish portion, so the quest still considers itself finished. That feels like a cop-out, so I'll try again to beat it legit. Nope. Okay, 3rd time's the charm. My god, this is hard. Okay, I'll try regular Super Saiyan because blue drains too much ki. This is just unfair. I'm winning, but the time is going to run out. Okay, an hour later and I'm done. You can't say I didn't try. To finally move on, the last 2 trophies are unlocked via the Tokopedia. In the Time Nest, there's a giant purple bubble. Once I interact with it and do some introductory fights, I'll talk to Fu and do his side of the story. After finishing that, I need to reset the timeline and now do the other side. After I do both sides, I pop one of the last 2 trophies. Now I have access to the Tokopedia, and this is where a new grind starts. I have to 100% the Tokopedia, and if I'm correct, I basically have to replay all the fights I did again, but with different instructors. All these silhouettes have to be lit up by me using that instructor in said fight. Apparently there's about 102 fights for them all to be lit up. This doesn't seem like a hard grind, just kind of a long and boring one. As I'm playing, I've just noticed that I lit up all the silhouettes in the first battle, but it still isn't at 100%. Checking the branches, I see there's even more fights I have to do, not just the ones with silhouettes. Each fight has alternate routes as well for other instructors, some having up to 6 different ones. I think this is trying to compete with the Hero Coliseum for the longest time spent on one trophy. 7 battles later and I finally got 100% for the first timeline. I'm not gonna bore you with all the timelines since they're just repeats of what I did earlier. Fast forward about a few seconds for you, but a few hours for me, and we get to the end of Canton City. I need to do this battle with all 31 instructors. Holy god, that's rough. At the end of Fu's side is Champion for Change, and it's insane. If I bring Goku as my mentor, then the Goku I fight goes Ultra Instinct, and he has a move that deletes 2 health bars. I can't dodge it either. If I get sent flying and he throws it out, I'm just dead. I got so frustrated, I even went to Whis to unlock Super Saiyan Blue Evolved. It drains a lot of ki, but hopefully the power boost is excuse me Goku. I thought I was the one transforming here. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. His transformation cancelled mine, and now I can't even do it because he teleported up close and isn't giving me a chance. Thank you, game. Also, every time there's a cutscene, the game will forcibly de-transform me. Like, how is that fair? The way I beat him, which might honestly be the only way to beat him, was to spam Ki Blast and force him to dodge, draining his stamina. It took me like 5 minutes against just his Ultra Instinct form. Probably 10 minutes for the whole fight, since each transformation gives him full health. I hope that's the hardest these fights get. The other side's final fight was against Fu, and he was a cakewalk. Now all this leaves is doing the end of Canton City with every instructor. The one good thing about this fight is it's pitifully easy. Only 2 enemies, one being Deborah and the other being a random character relating to whoever you brought in as an instructor. At least it isn't hard, just a long grind of me having to do this fight 31 times. The cutscenes are also a drag. Each time it's the same cutscene I have to skip. The only difference is the character I brought in with me. 30 battles later and I'm on the last fight. Future Gohan is the last instructor I need and this whole game is done. Just a few more hits. That should be it. That should be the last fight I need to 100% the Tokopedia and to get this trophy. There it is. Oh my god, it's finally over. Doesn't that just look beautiful? In total, the Platinum and all 4 DLC packs took me 120 hours. According to the guides I used, this whole game should have taken me around 111 hours. So 120 sounds accurate. If I had to compare this game to the first, I'd say for just the Platinum, the first game was worse. But if we're including DLC, then this game is worse. Check out how I Platinumed the first game here. Okay, thanks, bye.